before he cut away the tablets of destiny from King Yu he took in his hand. A further attempt by Berger in 1923 in the Archive for Schriftforschung to edit and fully translate the text demonstrated the interchangeability of the names King Yu/Inch/Moon. Such texts not only confirm our conclusion that Tiamat's main satellite became our moon, they also explain NASA's findings regarding a huge collision when celestial bodies the size of large cities came crashing into the moon. Both the NASA findings and the text discovered by L.W. King describe the moon as the planet that was laid waste. Cylinder seals have been found that depict the celestial battle, showing Marduk fighting a fierce female deity. One such depiction shows Marduk shooting his lightning at Tiamat, with King Yu clearly identified as the moon, trying to protect Tiamat, his creator. This pictorial evidence that Earth's moon and King Yu were the same satellite is further enhanced by the etymological fact that the name of the god Sin, in later times associated with the moon, derived from Suin, Lord of Wasteland. Having disposed of Tiamat and King Yu, Marduk once again crossed the heavens and surveyed the regions. This time his attention was focused on the dwelling of Neptune, to fix a final destiny for Gaga, the erstwhile satellite of Saturn, who was made an emissary to the other planets. The epic informs us that as one of his final acts in the heavens, Marduk assigned the celestial god to a hidden place, a hitherto unknown orbit facing the deep outer space, and entrusted to him the counselorship of the watery deep. In line with his new position, the planet was renamed Usmi 1, who shows the way the outermost planet, our Pluto. According to the creation epic, Marduk had at one point boasted, "The ways of the celestial gods I will artfully alter. Into two groups shall they be divided." Indeed he did. He eliminated from the heavens the sun's first partner in creation, Tiamat. He brought Earth into being, thrusting it into a new orbit near the sun. He hammered a bracelet in the heavens, the asteroid belt, that does separate the group of inner planets from the group of outer planets. He turned most of Tiamat's satellites into comets. Her chief satellite, King Yu, he put into orbit around Earth to become the moon. And he shifted a satellite of Saturn, Gaga, to become the planet Pluto, imparting to it some of Marduk's own orbital characteristics, such as a different orbital plane. The puzzles of our solar system, the oceanic cavities upon Earth, the devastation upon the moon, the reverse orbits of the comets, the enigmatic phenomena of Pluto, all are perfectly answered by the Mesopotamia creation epic as deciphered by us. Having thus constructed the stations for the planets, Marduk took for himself station Nibiru, and crossed the heavens, and surveyed the new solar system. It was now made up of 12 celestial bodies, with 12 great gods as their counterparts. Kingship of Heaven studies of the epic of creation, and parallel texts, for example, as Langdon's The Babylonian Epic of Creation, show that sometime after 2000 BC, Marduk, son of Enki, was the successful winner of a contest with Ninurta, son of Enlil, for supremacy among the gods. The Babylonians then revised the original Sumerian Epic of Creation, expunged from it all references to Ninurta and most references to Enlil, and renamed the invading planet Marduk. The actual elevation of Marduk to the status of king of the gods upon Earth was thus accompanied by assigning to him, as his celestial counterpart, the planet of the Nephilim, the 12th planet. As lord of the celestial gods, the planet's Marduk was thus also king of the heavens. Some scholars at first believed that Marduk was either the North Star or some other bright star seen in the Mesopotamian skies at the time of the spring equinox, because the celestial Marduk was described as a bright heavenly body. But Albert Schott, Marduk UNDSEI Einstein and others have shown conclusively that all the ancient astronomical texts spoke of Marduk as a member of the solar system. Since other epithets describe Marduk as the great heavenly body and the one who illumines, the theory was advanced that Marduk was a Babylonian sun god, parallel to the Egyptian god Ra, whom the scholars also consider the sun god. Texts describing Marduk as he who scans the heights of the distant heavens, wearing a halo, whose brilliance is so inspiring, appear to support this theory. But the same text continued to say that he surveys the lands like Shamash the sun. If Marduk was in some respects akin to the sun, he could not, of course, be the sun. If Marduk was not the sun, which one of the planets was he? The ancient astronomical texts fail to fit any one planet, basing their theories on certain epithets such as son of the sun. Some scholars pointed at Saturn. The description of Marduk as a reddish planet made Mars, too, a candidate. But the texts place Marduk and Marcus Shame in the center of heaven, and this convinced most scholars that the proper identification should be Jupiter, which is located in the center of the line of planets Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. This theory suffers from a contradiction. The same scholars who put it forward were the ones who held the view that the Chaldeans were unaware of the planets beyond Saturn. These scholars list Earth as a planet, while contending that the Chaldeans thought of Earth as a flat center of the planetary system. And they omit the moon, which the Mesopotamians most definitely counted among the celestial gods. The equating of the 12th planet with Jupiter simply does not work out. The Epic of Creation clearly states that Marduk was an invader from outside the solar system, passing by the outer planets including Saturn and Jupiter, before colliding with Tiamat. The Sumerians called the planet Nibiru, the planet of crossing, and the Babylonian version of the epic retained the following astronomical information: planet Nibiru, the crossroads of heaven and earth he shall occupy. Above and below, they shall not go across, they must await him. Planet Nibiru, planet which is brilliant in the heavens. He holds the central position, to him they shall pay homage. Planet Nibiru, it is he, who without tiring the midst of Tiamat keeps crossing. Let crossing be his name, the one who occupies the midst. These lines provide the additional and conclusive information that in dividing the other planets into two equal groups, the 12th planet, in the midst of Tiamat, keeps crossing its orbit, takes it again and again to the side of the celestial battle, where Tiamat used to be. We find that astronomical texts that dealt in a highly sophisticated manner with the planetary periods, as well as lists of planets in their celestial order, also suggested that Marduk appeared somewhere between Jupiter and Mars. Since the Sumerians did know of all the planets, the appearance of the 12th planet in the central position confirms our conclusions: Marduk, Mercury, Venus, Moon, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. If Marduk's orbit takes it to where Tiamat once was, relatively nearest between Mars and Jupiter, why have we not yet seen this planet, which is supposedly large and bright? The Mesopotamian text spoke of Marduk as reaching unknown regions of the skies and the far reaches of the universe. He scans the hidden knowledge, he sees all the quarters of the universe. He was described as the monitor of all the planets, one whose orbit enables him to encircle all the others. He keeps hold on their band orbits, makes a hoop around them. His orbit was loftier and grander than that of any other planet. It is occurred to Franz Kugler Sternkunde in the Eastern Dynasty in Babylon that Marduk was a fast-moving celestial body, orbiting in a great elliptical path just like a comet. Such an elliptical path, focused on the sun as a center of gravity, has an apogee, the point farthest from the sun, where the return flight begins, and a perigee, the point nearest the sun, where the return to outer space begins. We find that two such bases are indeed associated with Marduk in the Mesopotamian texts. The Sumerian texts describe the planet as going from manor heaven's base to an unlordly abode. The creation epic said of Marduk he crossed the heaven and surveyed the regions. The structure of the deep the Lord then measured. Ishara he established as his outstanding abode. Ishara as a great abode in the heaven he established. One abode was the outstanding far in the deep regions of space. The other was established in the heaven, within the asteroid belt, between Mars and Jupiter. Following the teachings of their Sumerian forefather, Abraham, the ancient Hebrews also associated their supreme deity with the supreme planet. Like the Mesopotamian text, many books of the Old Testament describe the Lord as having his abode in the heights of heaven, where he beheld the foremost planets as they were arisen. A celestial Lord who, unseen in the heavens, moves about in a circle. The book of Job, having described the celestial collision, contains these significant verses telling us where the lordly planet had gone upon the deep. He marked out an orbit where light and darkness merges his farthest limit. No less explicitly, the Psalms outline the planet's majestic course the heavens bespeak the glory